Hi there, Chris here, another quick tip for you all. In this video, we're going to continue our look at painting the Warhammer Quest Silver Tower box set models. And in this video, we're going to continue our work on the WarPriest of Sigmar. And we're going to work on the little book that he's holding on to. So you can see here, the rest of the models already been painted and we've already been working along. And so for the book, we're going to get started with some Screaming Skull. This is going to be for the pages of the book. Going with this color here to give it that kind of aged kind of tone, you know, where the paper isn't quite white. It's kind of ancient, you know, you've seen these in movies and such where the pages aren't just quite white. They've taken on a very yellowed appearance, and so that's what we're emulating with using this color. Using white would just kind of give it like a fresh off the print kind of look, and that's not really what we're looking for. It's kind of like an ancient tome that he's, you know, calling spells forth and what have you. Mournfang Brown is next, and this is going to be for the main book itself, the cover of the book. That's the word I was looking for. And as you can see here, I simply start off with the edge, and then I start filling in the main face of the book. Now, the book itself has the symbols of the two comets, as well as the corner bits on the book. And then very carefully, you can see there's a bottom row to each of the little to that level of the book, and so here I'm just very carefully just following that edge, and essentially that's just, you know, because oftentimes the cover of the book is just a little bit bigger than the pages of the book, and so here you can see we're simply just following along and getting that edge, as it were. And then once we're happy with that, we are going to come in with some Gehenna Gold. Gehenna's Gold? Gehenna's Gold. And this is for the little corner bits, as well as the symbols on the face of the book. Again, they haven't really been shown that well right now, but there are these little comet symbols that are on the face of the book, and so I colored them in gold, just for continuity's sake along the model. Everything else on this model has gold comets, and so I figured I might as well paint the comets on here gold, rather than try and get fancy or anything. Again, we could have came in with a Balthazar gold, but again, when we're dealing with such small little areas like this, I figured we might as well start off with the mid-tone gold, a nice bright gold to start with, rather than build up from a very dark gold. Agrax Earthshade is next, and we are not diluting this down at all at the moment, and simply we're running it along the pages of the book so that we can pick up some of that texture. We're not doing the main face of each of the little pages, we're just doing just those little where we can see the pages itself, and the gold as well as the brown on the book as well. And as I mentioned earlier about using the Balthazar gold, again here the Agrax Earthshade is going to give us our nice deep dark tones. Here really quickly I've thinned out just a little bit of Agrax Earthshade. You see it seems really watery at the moment here, and I dry it off and pick a little bit out there, and again, this is just giving us a little bit more of that age tone, as well as giving us some variation in the pages, and just give us a bit of color depth. Auric Armor Gold is next, and this is simply just going to be our highlight for the gold. Again, we're going for almost like an antique kind of gold, really is what we're going for. But again, because this is kind of an ancient kind of tome, and so we don't want it to have the same kind of look as the rest of the armor and the little designs on the motifs and stuff like that on him as well. We want it to feel just a little bit different, again, because, you know, this is kind of an ancient tome, and, you know, maybe it's just his favorite book, I don't know. But either way, very carefully picking out the symbols. We're not going too far into the corners. We're catching just those little rivets in the book. And again, Liberator Gold is next. And this is just going to be for the very corners of the gold sections there. And as well as the little rivets, and the comets themselves get a nice little highlight along the top edge, as well as down the lightning bolts themselves. Again, just the bolts you can see on the corners, as well as the lightning bolts on the comets, and then just the upper curvature of the comet itself gets a little bit of a touch of this Liberator Gold. It's a really nice color. It's a good way to kind of bring down the gold feeling while maintaining that, you know, that rich metallic luster of it all. Steel Legion Drab is next, and this is just going to be a quick little highlight for the brown areas. And just really quickly, it's just the edge highlight for the book itself, just kind of carefully following along, getting along the book seam as well. And on the face of the book, I also kind of just dab at the areas just to kind of give it a bit of a texture as well. Not so it doesn't feel like, you know, the straight up kind of, you know, book face. It has just kind of worn and, you know, aged kind of quality to it. Again, giving that whole, you know, ancient tome kind of look. Abaddon Black is next, and you might have guessed it. This is going to be for the writing inside the book. For this, we're going to use a little bit of medium, just to help thin it out just a little bit. Here we're using our detail brush very carefully, and I like to do, like when we're doing these tomes, I like to do one large capital letter, and so for this instance here, I picked a letter K, because why not? And then I proceed to create these little divots and dashes and little lines and almost little squiggles here and there, but again, leaving a little bit of space just to give that impression that these are words. Another thing could have been done was creating like a border on the page, or, you know, like the little embellishments like little leaves and things like that, but maybe we'll save that for another book model. I think you guys know which one I'm talking about. But again, here, just really quickly here, just again, it's just to give that impression that, you know, it's you know, it's an ancient kind of tome. It's got some sparse kind of writing in the book. I was just thinking of putting like icons and things of that nature in there as well, because maybe it's like a spell book and there's little, you know, pentagrams and things like that in it. But Pallid Witch Flesh is next, and turn this into a glaze, and this is just to subdue the black on the pages a bit. Take that that really kind of contrasty look kind of down a bit, and also provide a bit of a highlight for the pages. You can see as I glaze, I'm glazing towards the outer edges of the pages, keeping it darker in towards the spine, but it also subdues the black and gives us a nice even tone. But that's it. We've got even more painting tutorials in the Silver MiniWarGaming Vault. You can watch another one today about how I paint the scrolls on this guy. Just click on the video link in the description below right now. And if you don't have a Silver membership, you can click on the link and sign up for a free 7-day trial. Make sure that you click the Silver membership so you get access to all the painting tutorials, and you'll get instant access to over 1,000 painting tutorials already in the vault. And so thank you for watching, and happy wargaming.